Sister laughed. Maybe dying will make you interesting. So I canceled the credit cards, shut off their power, and let foreclosure do the rest. My sister Bryn said that to me in the hospital parking lot while I was literally getting chemo. Stage 3. The doctors found it 6 months ago. I was 28, she was 31. Our parents died in a car crash when I was 19, left us the house in their will. But here's the thing. Only my name went on the deed because I was handling all the paperwork while Bryn was backpacking through Europe with her boyfriend. She moved back in 2 years later after that boyfriend dumped her. I let her stay rent-free because that's what family does, right? Then her new man Kevin moved in too. I didn't even ask them to pay utilities. I was working 2 jobs, covering the mortgage, insurance, property taxes, electricity, water, internet, all of it. They contributed exactly nothing for 4 years. When I got diagnosed, I asked Bryn if she could maybe help out with bills since I'd be missing work for treatments. She laughed and said the house was basically hers too since she lived there. I showed her the deed with only my name. She got mad and didn't talk to me for a week. That day in the parking lot, I just finished my 3rd round of chemo. I was throwing up in the bushes next to my car, and she was on her phone scrolling through Instagram. I asked if she could drive me home because I felt dizzy. She said, maybe dying will make you interesting for once. Then she got in her boyfriend's truck and left me there. I sat in my car for 2 hours until I could see straight enough to drive. That whole ride home, something just clicked. I got home, went straight to my room, and pulled out every financial document I had. Mortgage, utilities, credit cards, everything was in my name. Bryn and Kevin were just authorized users on 2 of my credit cards, which they maxed out buying stupid stuff like gaming equipment and designer clothes. First thing next morning, I called the credit card companies, removed both of them as authorized users. They tried using the cards that same day at some restaurant and got declined. Bryn called me screaming, asking what I did. I said nothing and hung up. Next, I logged into the utility accounts. Electric, water, gas, internet, all under my name, all tied to the house. I scheduled disconnections for the end of the month. Then I stopped paying the mortgage entirely. I had about 8 months left if the doctors were right. The bank would take at least 6 months to foreclose. Math worked out perfectly. I told my doctor I wanted to spend whatever time I had left traveling, which was true. I'd never been anywhere because I was always working to pay for that house. He helped me get on some programs that covered basic medical costs. I sold my car, emptied my savings, bought a plane ticket to Ireland for next month. Bucket list stuff. Bryn and Kevin didn't notice anything until the power got shut off 3 weeks later. She came banging on my bedroom door at 11 at night, screaming about the house being dark. I told her the account was in my name and I decided to stop paying it. She said I couldn't do that because she lived there too. I reminded her that her name was nowhere on anything legal. Kevin started yelling about how they had rights as tenants. I pulled up the tenancy laws on my laptop and showed them that without a lease agreement or proof of paying rent, they had basically no protection. They never gave me a single dollar, so there was no paper trail of tenancy. The water got shut off 4 days later. Bryn tried filling up buckets from the neighbor's outdoor spigot until they caught her and threatened to call the cops. Kevin's mom called me, saying I was being cruel and unreasonable. I asked her if she'd let her son live rent-free for 4 years while contributing nothing. She hung up. They tried reconnecting the utilities under their own names, but the accounts had outstanding balances that needed to be cleared first. Neither of them had the money because they'd been living off my dime forever. Kevin tried getting a loan, but his credit was trashed. Then the bank notice came. Foreclosure proceedings started. Bryn found the letter on the kitchen counter and absolutely lost it. She called me horrible things, said I was trying to make her homeless out of spite, that I was a terrible sister. I asked her if she remembered what she said to me in that parking lot. She went quiet, then said she was just joking around. I told her dying people don't find those jokes funny. I left for Ireland exactly 5 weeks after shutting everything off.